Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the 9th annual Cheeky Schoolie tournament. We are thrilled to be streaming to you live from Cheeky HQ in Dennis, Massachusetts. We have a great captain's meeting planned for you this evening. Obviously a little bit of a different stage than we were anticipating, but we have a great program tonight, about 20 minutes. We've got some important rules and processes that we're going to go through, and also just some general thoughts from the team at Cheeky. Some of you may have noticed it's a bit windy out there today, but hopefully we can crank that wind down for you tomorrow, and we feel like we've done our job if we can deliver a great day and a fun day and a safe day on the water tomorrow. That's really what this is all about. This tournament is pretty special to us, and it's really always been about two things. It's been about the fish and conservation, striped bass, but also about you, our awesome participants. And this year has obviously been a challenge for everybody, and we were just blown away when we sent out our COVID announcement that we were going to have to postpone and delay and change things, and continually this has been evolving. We really didn't know what to expect, and 466 of you stayed strong with us. That's 87% of the participant base, which is, we were blown away. It's amazing, and a real testament to you, our participants, that this is about the fish. And so we really appreciate you. Thank you very much for continuing to support the Cheeky Schoolie tournament, especially under these conditions. We think we've got a great event planned for you, and we're excited to do that. I also want to give a huge thank you to our sponsors, without whom we would certainly not be able to do this either. They all really stepped up. Sims in particular, presenting the event this year, has been huge. Not only stepping up for the tournament, but also for conservation, and that's really what this is all about. So real hats off to Sims, and also want to make a mention of Costa, Yeti, Thomas & Thomas, and Oscar Blues, of course. Cheers, everybody. Our other major contributors for this event. Again, all of which without whom we really would not be able to deliver this event. I promised I want to talk a little bit from the top about conservation and our conservation partners, which are Stripers Forever, Keep Fish Wet, and the American Saltwater Guide Association, all of whom are doing wonderful things for striped bass conservation. That's really why we're here, folks. It's about the fish, and we've always tried to get better every single year and brought these three organizations in to help consult with us to make this tournament really a platform for conservation and a platform for education, so that we can all learn how to do our part. We've been trying to do our part by making some rule changes. So this year, for example, you cannot measure a fish under 20 inches. It's not allowed. Please get those little ones back in the water as soon as possible. And then also, we've provided a rigid ruler this year to make it a little easier, actually on the fish, not necessarily on the participants to measure the fish, but on the fish, because we want to get them safely released as quickly as possible. So please do your best to minimize any air exposure for the fish. And I'm going to get a little bit more into the measuring process as we go here. But a little note on COVID as well. This has just been a wild year, and for us, really the most important thing is that you stay safe out there. Wear a mask, keep your distance, the whole thing, stay a fly rod apart. It's very important. And I think the theme, we've been forced to kind of do things a little bit differently this year with the event, like all things, right? So Captain Spouts, for example, we tried to be in a bunch of different places, and we ran out of bags at Bear's Den and Goose Hummock, and we even sent a couple runners up to do more bags. But certainly our apologies if that inconvenienced anybody. But we do have another bag pickup tomorrow morning from 4:30 a.m. to 6 a.m. at the Cape Playhouse, and we thank you for your patience. We're all doing our best to make sure we put on the best really the best event possible, and we appreciate your support. So before we get into rules and process, which is a very important piece of tonight's programming, we do have a few words from our nonprofit conservation partners. So we're going to roll tape on that, and we hope you enjoy. I'll be back with you in a few minutes to go through the very specifics, and then we'll let you go, and hope you have a great evening. So again, please stay on. We have important rules to go through, and we're going to roll tape on those conservation messages now.
Hi, I'm Sasha from Keep Fish Wet. Our mission is to help anglers create better outcomes for the fish they catch and release. When anglers use science-based best practices, evidence shows that more fish survive and are healthier. Our best practices are arranged into 3 simple principles. These are things that any angler can do. They can be used with any type of fishing in any water body anywhere in the world. Our first principle is to minimize air exposure. 10 seconds or less is best for most species. Our second principle is to eliminate contact with dry surfaces, making sure your hands are wet before you handle a fish and not dragging it up onto the rocks or shoreline is best. Our third principle is to reduce handling time. That's the time from landing to release, and anything you can do to get fish going on their way as soon as possible leaves them healthier. Using best practices is an opportunity for anglers to put conservation into practice and create more resilient fisheries. For more information, visit our website at keepfishwet.org. Thanks.
I'm Tony Friedrich. I'm the Vice President and Policy Director for the American Saltwater Guides Association.
And I'm Willie Goldsmith. I'm the Executive Director of the American Saltwater Guides Association. And today we're here to give you a brief update on the status of striped bass on the Atlantic coast. We want to give a quick shout out to Cheeky for letting us be a part of the Schoolie tournament this year. We're really happy to be here, even if it is virtually.
And guys, don't forget to support the sponsors and Cheeky for putting on the largest and best catch and release striped bass tournament in the country. As striped bass anglers, I'm sure you're all keenly aware that the stock is in some pretty serious trouble. Based on the most recent stock assessment, the spawning stock biomass, that is spawning age females, that number is at a 25-year low, and it also sits at 25% below the management threshold.
And even as these issues are occurring with the current status of striped bass, about a month ago, the Atlantic States Marine Fisheries Commission initiated a new amendment to potentially revamp the way in which we manage striped bass. This is going to be about a 2-year process, and it's going to revisit issues such as rebuilding timelines, so how long the striped bass fishery needs to be rebuilt when it's overfished, potential triggers that could result in requiring management action, and also looking at reference points. So basically the yardstick by which you measure a healthy fishery. So a lot of really critical elements are going to be on the table here over the next couple of years as this amendment is developed.
We're fully aware that we're talking to conservation-minded anglers right now, and most likely you've participated in the ASMFC process before, and you might be a little disenchanted. But we're telling you now, this is the time over the next 2 years to give it one last go. The next thing coming up is called a PID, a public information document, and they're going to be looking for your opinion on what you want the future for striped bass to look like, with all the facets that Willie just mentioned. Every step of the way, we want the Guides Association to be a trusted resource for each and every one of you. We have the unique ability to take a very complicated topic like fisheries management and distill it down accurately into talk that fishermen can understand. So please follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram. Please sign up for our newsletter. Please read our blog, because we want to be there for you, because you're going to have to be there for striped bass.
And with that, we appreciate everybody's taking the time to listen to us today. As Tony mentioned, we'll be fighting to ensure a future for striped bass that prioritizes abundance over just maximizing harvest. It's going to be a tough, drawn-out battle, but we're here for you, and we hope that you'll be here for us. In the meantime, good luck in the tournament, and we'll see you out on the water.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much to Stripers Forever, Keep Fish Wet, and ASGA for those words. All right, well, let's get into the meat on the bone here. We're going to go through the rules and some of the new processes that we have in place due to being a digital event this year. So, as you may know, if you've participated in the past, or if you're new this year, welcome aboard. This is a wade fishing, fly fishing, catch and release only tournament. It's teams of 2, and you must stay together. Fish are measured this year at the water level. It's very important that everybody understands that. That's been a consultation in partnership with Keep Fish Wet. I'm going to do a very brief demo on what our expectations are for proper fish management at the water level. So this is a ruler unfolded. You can write your team number in the 3 spots here. More on when you will receive that in a bit. And you're going to hold the fish and the ruler at the water level, and your partner is going to have to take the photo. So this is going to take 2 people. Another reason why you have to stay together. We measure from the tip of the nose to the tip of the tail, and as I mentioned, no fish 20 inches or less can be measured. Please put those back. You can estimate and put them back immediately. The other fish can be measured and submitted. The most total inches of your largest 4 fish for each team is what comprises your score. If you're one of the lucky ones out there maybe who sets a tournament record this year and catches a fish that's larger than this ruler, which is 36 inches, the process there is to measure from the tail to the nose, and then flip it around and measure from the nose to the tail and submit both of those photos, and we'll be able to score that fish accurately as a result. The boundaries are unchanged from years prior. They are all of Cape Cod, and that's west of the canal. You gotta go over the bridges, and you gotta be on the Cape. And the other really important rule there is it's 2 feet on the ground, folks. No ladders, no flippers, no swimming, no using a boat to get somewhere. You gotta get there on foot. This is a wade fishing only tournament. And then the hours are 5:30 a.m., no fishing beforehand, and then we're wrapping up at 4 p.m. The process here, just so that people are clear, you are going to receive an email from us at 5:30 a.m. in the morning. And you're going to be able to access that email. So you got to have service. You need to be in a place where you have service. That's very important. And you're going to access that email, and you're going to find you're going to find your code in that email, and you're going to write it again on your ruler. I made a mistake earlier too. My directions are off. And maybe it's this delicious Oscar Blues Brewery, but it's east of the canal, not west of the canal. You got to be east of the canal on the Cape Cod. So thank you to my crew in the back who are frantically advising me that I made that mistake. So again, you're going to receive that email at 5:30. You're going to access your code and write it on your ruler, and that's how we'll kick things off. You're then also going to receive an e-scorecard during the tournament, during the event, and that will be due. You'll need to submit your scorecard electronically. It's due by 4 p.m. in the afternoon, and there are no exceptions to that. Late scorecards will not be accepted. And then very importantly, if you think you have a good score, if you think you scored well, you need to be available by email to prove that by submitting photos. We will reach out to you if you need to submit photos. So if you think, again, you've scored well, you should kind of be on your toes thinking, hopefully I get an email from Cheeky needing to submit my photos. I'd even start organizing your photos if you believe you've submitted a great score. Just a few tips for everybody as well. Really know the rules. They're published on our website. Not knowing the rules won't be an excuse for breaking one. Be smart and be safe. Be careful wading. Be careful in the surf. This is a different time of year than we're used to. Maybe some of you haven't been here this time of year. Be cognizant of shark activity if you're on the outside. And know the tides as well. That's another big one. We're also, another tip, we're going to be using the hashtag Cheeky Schoolie Tourney, ending in EY, throughout the day. And if you tag us, we'll be sharing those photos on our stream, but we're also going to be sharing them on our live stream tomorrow night, which takes place at 7 p.m. And we're very excited about tomorrow night's live stream. It's going to be pretty cool. We've worked very hard on it. It's going to be a live look-in. I'm going to be your host, and I'm not even going to know what the leaderboard looks like or how it's going to unfold. They're going to keep me in the dark, and so we're going to have a lot of leaderboard drama, but we also have some really great fish content that's been provided from all of our great sponsors. So it's going to be a really fun evening tomorrow night. So hope you can grab a beer and put your feet up and tune into our live stream at 7 p.m. tomorrow. We're going to be giving away $25,000 in prizes. And it's really, we've always had a great podium prize pack, but it's not really about the podium, and it's never been that way for us. And so we tried to put as many prizes off the podium as possible as well, so that everybody has a potential opportunity to take home some great loot. We're going to be mailing all of those prizes to you, of course, so we'll reach out to you if you're a winner to get your address. But Sims is doing the Golden Koozie Award. You can take a picture of the koozie they provided in your captain's bag, and kind of the best photos, videos, whatever, are going to be posted to their story, which is really cool. And those with the most reactions will win. So again, that's the Sims Golden Koozie Award. Very excited for that. We have the Costa Best of the Rest Award. That's the biggest fish not on the podium. We have the Skunk Award. You hope you're not in that category, but you might as well win something if you are. You have to submit a blank scorecard, a 0 fish scorecard, to be eligible for the Skunk Award, which we'll draw at random. Fish Pond, our friends at Fish Pond, always huge on conservation. They've put together the Conservation Award for us. That's the oddest piece of trash picked up off the beach. That's a real fun one. And of course, our Traeger Smoke and Release Award. That's the best photo or video of a release shot during the event. So just a zillion and one ways to win prizes this year. I'm not even done. Let's talk about the raffle. The raffle's always one of the most fun parts of the evening. We have 7 epic prize packs. These are not just, these are like, it's Sims G4s, it's guided wading, it's guided trips, it's heavy hitting stuff. So we have 7 really great packages, and then we have 3 additional packages that are going to be open to the public, and you can actually buy tickets for those on our website right now. And all the proceeds for that, as is true of the event in general, certainly go to our conservation partners. We're also going to have some trivia questions that we're going to be emailing out during the event. So if you're a history buff, or if you're not, brush up on your striped bass conservation history, and brush up on your Cape Cod knowledge, because we'll have some cool trivia questions going up where you can win some great prizes as well. So like I said, the live stream is going to be really great. We also have, I should mention, one of the coolest parts about this year is we have an Albie prize as well. If anyone catches an Albie, you'll be submitted to win as well. Again, just one of the benefits of being flexible and doing something in the fall as opposed to the spring. We all know we love to chase Albies, so we're thrilled to add that component. But look, tomorrow night at 7 is going to be a ton of drama. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have some great prizes. You got to tune in. All of the links will be posted on our page. It will be easy to access. So that's it, folks. I got to say, I'm so glad that all of you stuck in there with us this year. We really appreciate it. It's been awesome for me personally to have something circled on the calendar, and I hope the same for you. Remember, you got to be somewhere tomorrow at 5:30 a.m. where you have service. So that's it. Stay safe. Keep your distance. Fish hard. Thank you. We appreciate it. Have fun tomorrow.